Hey everyone, it's Timah. And first off, I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who joined in on the global meditation that was held on April the 4th at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. So for you that don't know, this is something that came off of the site. I'm just gonna read this. This is on This was written by Luke Miller on the Truth Theory site. So it says global meditation coincides with spike in the Earth geometric field. And then he goes on to say, from the 4th to the 5th of April, there was a spike in the Earth geometric field, bringing the Schumann resonance power to the highest point of 76. What is interesting to know is this spike coincided with the global meditation which took place on that day. Then he goes on into just other information in regards to what is the geomagnetic field and everything like that. So if you want to check that post out, then go on the Truth Theory website, and it's by Luke Miller. And I just thought that was some really awesome information that was put out, because there was this really big call out for in an attempt to get 1 million people on to do a mass global meditation, and apparently it worked. So I'm going to show this here, but it definitely worked. And so the thing is to continue on with your meditations. You don't stop the meditations, especially now that you're seeing that it is causing changes. It's causing changes within the earth, which is what you want, and you want the changes to be happening in yourself. So that's an important thing with meditations. Hold a very specific intent in mind. You keep that intent throughout your meditation, and you have a very deep and serious focus with it. But I want to say thank you for everyone that attended the meditation that I held on my YouTube page. I thought it was very awesome. The energy was off the chain. I can't even express what that energy was like. It was different. It was different, and I've been feeling different ever since then. However, I'm always meditating. I keep my meditations up, so I don't stop, because I know when something works, you do not stop it. You want to continue on with what works, and whatever that don't work, that you leave alone. And this from the Truth Theory site, this article, this is just some other proof. If you just need that meditations work, and especially when it's a group of people of like minds and intent and focus that's going to be doing the same thing at the same time. So that's very powerful. That's a powerful thing right there. Now, I also got to say this. The last video that I posted on my channel was entitled "It's a New World." Now, unfortunately for a lot of people, when they see certain words and certain phrases, it tends to spark a certain emotion and memory to them, and that emotion can be fear, of which my video was nothing about. It's just that it was entitled "It's a New World." And so the thing that pretty much caught people's attention was New World, and they associated with New World Order. However, whenever there's a big change on the planet, it's a new world. The order of the day is new. It's a new world order. But however, because of what's going on in the world today, there's a lot of fear that's going on in the world. So you have to, I would recommend taking your attention away from that which is causing you fear. And the moment of the day that's causing fear is about this pandemic. It's about the virus. It's about the death and everything that you are looking at on your computer screen, your television screens. So what I recommend is just stop. You have to stop, because what this is doing, this is information that promotes fear. And you should all know that you cannot heal yourself if you are in fear, if you are full of fear. You cannot heal yourself if you are in fear. You can't heal if you're in fear. So you have to take your attention away from that which is causing the fear within you. And so there are several things that I just see that's going on. So we're hearing about, or we're just seeing, or whatever, or someone's telling us that there's a lot of death that's going on in regards to this virus, this new virus. But this is not a new virus. Corona is not a new virus. Why do you think it's on the back of your Lysol cans? It's on the back of different household items, different cleaning items that will tell you that it will kill viruses. It and the back of the Lysol and several other items, it states that it will kill this virus. That's because this is not a new virus. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that there is no virus, because I don't know that there isn't an actual virus. However, people die all of the time. Now, because that's just part of life. Now, I don't mean to sound insensitive about it, but because any death is not, depending on how you see death, it's not a time for celebration. Depending on how you see death. Okay, some people fear death, but not everyone do. But people are dying all of the time. People are dying they die from pneumonia, they die from the flu, they die from heart attacks. They are dying from a lot of things. The only reason, the biggest reason why we're even knowing about what's going on with this and paying so much attention to it is because our awareness is being controlled by outside influences. We're allowing others to control where we place our attention, our awareness, and what we're going to be putting our energy into. And it's the media. It's a lot of fake news that's being put out there. And I know you guys have heard the president, regardless of how you feel about him, I don't like nor hate him. He just is, okay? But I know you've heard him in the beginning of all this, before this started. When he got in, he was telling you that the media is fake. The media is full of fake news. But what did everybody do? People laughed. They put it off. They joked about it. They pushed it to the side. But now I think a lot of us are starting to see that he was actually right. Now, there's a lot that I could say in regards to what's going on in that administration, but that's just not what this is about. That's not where I want to take your energy. That's not where I want you to put your energy. But your attention, your awareness is definitely being controlled. It's being controlled by the media and all the fake news that's being put out there. And the more you look into it, You're going on all these social media sites. You're going on YouTube. You're going on Facebook. You're going on Instagram. You're probably going on Twitter. Doing all this type of stuff. Following the feed. I got to know what's going on. Looking at the news. All of it. All of that is just programming you down. You may not really be aware that you have become full of fear because of all this. Because it's programming your subconscious and unconscious mind. And that's the whole reason why you continue to follow all of this. And then also and if you're the type of person that likes drama and people that talk about drama, and you just watch dramatic stuff on TV, like these little silly reality shows and stuff, you're just that person that gets this kind of a rush from drama. This is another reason why it can pull you in and why you are able to attach to it the way that you are, because this is very, excuse me, I just finished eating, but this is, excuse me, but this is very dramatic, and it's in a way it's very entertaining. So it keeps you coming back and wanting more. It's almost like an addiction where you're gosh, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Well, I can't think of it. Where you're, well, yeah, whatever. It'll come to me. But yeah, it's like an addiction. So you have to break the addiction. You have to break it. You break it by focusing your attention elsewhere, not on any of this stuff that's being pushed out to you. You cannot focus on any of that, because it's just going to keep you in fear. It's going to keep you in fear, and that fear alone can actually make you sick. So, I don't pay any attention to any of that stuff. I mean, I just don't. It's not interesting to me at all. But in a way, you sort of can't get away from it, because everyone is saying something about it, and everyone's just repeating what everyone has already said, and they're trying to show you what someone else has showed them, as if, and you've probably already seen it already, but they're showing you as if you've never seen it before. And look at this video, and look at this video, and look what this person said in regards to the virus and the pandemic, and look what they're gonna do, and they're trying to do this and this and this and this. That's just too much. It's too much. You gotta tune out. Tune out. Say woosah. 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 Take a deep breath. Woosah. You gotta woosah. You gotta simmer down now. Please simmer down now. I was on the phone with a lady earlier, and she was just all into what's going on in the news and everything, and I just had to simmer down. Simmer down now. Simmer down. Take your attention away from all of that, because all of this is going to drive you mad. It's going to drive you mad, and it may even cause you to do something that in your right frame of mind you would not otherwise do. Okay? So your attention, your awareness, your energy is being channeled by mass media, by parasites. It's being channeled by parasites. That's what's going on here. These parasites, let me say it like this, okay? So we end up getting parasites inside of us. And there are parasites that's outside of us. And they walk around on two legs. And they look like people. They look like us people. They look like you people. They look like all sorts of types of people. And we see them in the media. And we hear about them behind the scenes. And these would be the people that's controlling it. They're the ones that are doing the so-called treatments, the vaccines and everything. These are parasites. These same parasites are attempting to block out the sun. They've been attempting to do that for a while. The movie Matrix told us this, that they have blocked out the sun. The Matrix is actually telling you that this is something that's going on. They were attempting to do it then. And I have no idea how far they've gotten, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's been I don't know how many years that it's been since the Matrix. And since the Matrix before the Matrix put that out, it would have been in the works. So coming to today, in this day and time, have no idea what the progress would be. Okay. So yeah. So these parasites, they're not like the children of the sun. The children of the sun are those who can walk in the daylight. They would be your day walkers. We can walk in the sun. Not all day walkers have deep melanin like us. Some day walkers are pink. We are brown. We call ourselves black because we mimic the universe in our darkness and in our melanin, which is actually carbon, the universe. But not all children of the sun are going to have deep melanin like us, but they are children of the sun. They may look like some of the parasites, but they're not the parasites. So, but these parasites are attempting to block out the sun. They want to block out the corona of the sun. They want to keep the corona mass ejections from coming to the earth. And these mass ejections, it's a radiation from the sun. It's a natural radiation. And the people of the sun can handle that. But the parasites cannot. So they do seek to block the sun, which is what Matrix was also telling us about. Now, so the sun has a corona, but we also have a corona. That's also known as our auric field. That's our protection. It's around and I'm not going to have all my terms right now when I start talking about this. The fertilized egg has what's called a corona around it. If I could find a photo, I'll put it inside the video so that you can see what I'm talking about. And you do your own research on this as well. So our corona, our energy field, our auric field has been damaged. And it's damaged in several different ways. It's damaged by the toxic food that we've eaten. It's damaged by the radiation. It's damaged by so now we get the stress, we get the heart attacks, we get the high blood pressure, we get the diabetes, because our corona has been damaged. Our auric field, our corona, our shield has been damaged. There are things that definitely you can do to build it back up. You have to be able to take in more air. Even in a situation where, and they've been talking about this for a long time, where the the air on the earth has been getting depleted. So you have to do things that will allow you to take in more air, which is, and I did stop this because my camera is about to do something. Okay, so my camera was almost at full capacity for recording, so I had to get a lot off of my camera. So, but I'm back. But what you do, you would incorporate some high intensity training into your workout. This would increase your it increases your respiratory rate as well as your heart rate. And then you want to incorporate some high carb fruits and vegetables. You want to leave meats alone. I know it's going to be a little bit hard for some of you, but this is something that maybe you want to look into. Leave the meat alone, especially, you know, you're diabetic, you have heart problems, anything like that, any sort of respiratory illness, you might want to leave that alone and incorporate some high intensity training into your day, especially if you're not working out. Start slow, build up, and drink plenty of water. So there are several things that's going on here. So this is definitely a new world, and then you shape this world the way that you want your world to be shaped. You want to live in fear, then keep doing things that's going to keep you in fear. You want to be empowered, then you do the thing that's going to empower you. Okay, you see how that global mass meditation reacted, how the earth reacted to the global mass meditation. You want to stay in line with that. These are things that benefits you. There is there was this and it's still posted on the internet but there was this conversation between Brother Panic. His YouTube is Occult Lectures. His website is also occultlectures.com. And he had the rapper B.O.B. on. And no, it wasn't that. No. It's not when he had B.O.B. on. Who was it? Was it Dr. Aline Bay that he had on? Oh shoot. Okay, sorry. I just gotta kind of excuse me. Okay, so I remember what it was. Here's what I just did. I had to rewind the video so that I can get myself back on track. So now I know what it was that I was about to say and why I brought up Brother Panic. And it was Aline Bay, Brother Aline Bay. So I don't remember the name of the video, but again, it's on Brother Panic's YouTube page. His YouTube page is occultlectures.com. It's Occult Lectures. Or look him up on the internet. Brother Panic. It's gonna pop up. But in regards to the meditation and why I brought that up. So in regards to the global meditation, so I built the meditation around pulling the energy from this star, which is going supernova. And apparently, and according to the conversation that Brother Panic and Aline Bay was having, and a lot of our other teachers know about this too. So this star that was going supernova is called Betelgeuse. Look up Betelgeuse. I think it's Betelgeuse, something like that. It's close to it. Just put that in. it'll pull up information. But I don't think it's gonna pull up the information that they were dropping. Okay. So the energy of the meditation was pulling on the energy of this star that was going supernova, because apparently the energy from the star comes here for the children of the sun, so that we can use. If you've seen that the series 4400, this is what this entire situation, this time, this what we're going through, this is kind of what it reminds me of. And it seems like this is, and they mentioned this similar to this in the video, in the conversation that they were having. But it reminds me of 4400 in regards to how everyone, well, certain people started to come into their energy, their special power. And how there were the parasites that were getting in the way of all this and trying to block all of this from happening. So, and there was that energy that came down onto the children of the sun that gave them their respective power. And apparently, well, go and watch that video that's on Occult Lectures with Brother Panic and Dr. Aline Bay. It's deep. So go and watch it. It's very long too. It's like 8 freaking hours. So if you want to scoop ahead, go into maybe about 3 hours of it. I think that's where they really started talking about it, about Betelgeuse. And yeah, the movie Betelgeuse was based off of the star Betelgeuse. The movie is very symbolic for the star and for this time. That series, the 4400, was very symbolic for what's going on around this time. So go check that out, because that's going to hit you to a whole lot of information that it's just going to blow your mind, and it's going to start causing you to think of some stuff and pull a whole lot of stuff together. Okay, so, but yeah, so there are parasites that want to keep all of this from happening. However, you never know that the thing that the parasites are doing is actually what's going to cause it to happen for us. You just never know, because the universe has its plan, and the universe plan, and we are the universe, and the universe is in us. We just have to come into who we are and understand that being the universe, we the same thing. When I close my eyes and go into meditation, that darkness that's within me that I channel into is the same thing that's out there. I've just connected to it. So once you really master doing your meditations and going deep within yourself, you will figure that out too. So yeah, but stop letting others guide your awareness, guide your attention, and pull on your energy. Because just like that global mass meditation put on positive energy for a positive change that is happening and that moved the earth, so can negative energy do the same thing. And that's what's being done with your energy through fear. These are all fear tactics to pull on your energy. So these are the emotions that you got to work this out. You have to work out that emotion, fear. And one way to do it is to shut everything off. If you're going to be on social media sites, don't scroll the feed. Don't scroll the feed, because it's just going to be full of a lot of the crap that's there to program you. And a lot of people are posting it, maybe your friends, family members, whatever, posting this information, and they really do think that they're posting this and it's helping you and it's educating you, but it's not. Now you are helping to program others and yourself by sharing this information around. So instead of scrolling the feed, go directly to the person's page that you know is not going to be pretty much fear-mongering. We don't all think of ourselves as doing the fear-mongering thing when we're sharing this stuff, but it is. It's a form of fear-mongering. All of this keeps you in a low vibrational mode. It keeps your energy very low, locked down in that emotion called fear. You have to escape. You have to escape being locked down. So not only are we locked down supposedly in our homes, you are being locked down by this fear in a lower vibrational energy. You have to get out of it. Break out of it all. Break out of it. Go into your meditations. I have meditations up on my site. There are plenty of meditations that you can use that are on YouTube. Just search these meditations on YouTube. Oh, by the way, never mind. But you have to break out of this fear. You have to stop allowing yourself to be controlled by this outside entity that wants to keep you locked down in your home and in this emotion of low vibrational energy called fear. You have to stop. It's programming you. It's like when you see something that's like really, really gross come up on your screen as you're scrolling, and you jerk from it, and that little jerking that you got from that image, that just programmed a little something in you. It just programmed it. Now, say if it was like this really gross image. I don't even want to say it because I don't even want you to have any here. But it's just a really gross, disgusting, kind of horrific image that you saw. Now you just got programmed with sort of a fear of this image. And every time that, and because if you didn't completely shake that off, every time you come across something similar to it, there's going to be an emotion that comes up within you. So you got to shake this stuff off. Shake it off. Okay? And one of the things that I want to say too, so when you're listening, or if you're going to be listening to what other people say in regards to this fear that they're putting out, listening to these videos, these news clips and stuff that's being put out. So if you're going to be listening to this is what I recommend also that you do. Do not take that information in so deeply into yourself, okay? That's the thing that's going to hurt you. That's the thing that is going to program you. So what I do, I hear it and I don't hear it. And what I mean is, I don't listen to it with both ears. I listen to it one ear open, one ear closed. So I'm not taking that information all the way in. I'm not and in not taking the information so deep into myself, it means I am not going to make it a part of me. I am not going to turn that information that they're putting out into a fear that I'm going to take into myself. Okay, so you have to do it. It has to be half-heartedly. You cannot embrace that information. You can't make that information your truth. Hear no evil. Just take it in half-heartedly. That way, again, you don't take it in, you don't swallow that information down, and then you start regurgitating that information up because you didn't know how to transmute that information. And now you're living in fear. And now you're spreading your fear around to people around you. You're not doing it intentionally. It's just that you're living in fear. So practice shaking it off. Shake it off. Stop taking it all in so much. Stop taking that energy into you and swallowing that energy down and causing it to do you pain. You have to learn to transmute that energy. Transmute that energy, convert it in, and destroy it. Convert it into something that you can use that's going to be beneficial to you. Just completely get rid of it. Completely get rid of that energy by not putting your attention, your awareness into all of that. You might say it's kind of hard because everybody around is talking about it. Then you need to tell them, I don't want you talking to me about that. I know you feel some type of way about this and it's making you scared. That's why you need to stop. Tell them that. That's why you need to stop looking into all this, because the whole point of it is to gather your fear, make you afraid, and cause you to cause more harm to yourself by asking them to do something for you. Okay? So, if you need to, go and see if this stuff is really happening in your area that they're claiming, that these parasites are claiming is happening in your area. Just go and witness it yourself. Go and document it. There has been a lot of people actually doing this. When they hear the parasites say that there's this big thing going on in the area, these people of the sun, they get out there with their cameras and they go, okay, let me go and check this out and see if this is really, really happening. And lo and behold, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. And I want to say this. If you know that whatever that's, if it's a situation that's going on that's completely out of your control, why are you worrying about it anyway? If it's not something that's in your control, you can only control your controllables. You can focus on controlling where you place your attention and your energy. Those are your controllables. What you're going to eat, those are your controllables. Those are your controllables. You control that. You can control whether you are going to sit in front of your computer, your cell phone, your whatever, and place your attention all on that. You have that control. That is your free will. The thing with free will is real tricky though, because you give it up. You give up your free will to someone else who's been practicing for a very long time in regards to how to control and guide your free will and make it seem like you're controlling your will, but you're not. So take your willpower back. Take your willpower back. Control your own awareness. Make this new world the world that you wanted by focusing your attention. Get into your meditations and stay there. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Say that 3 times before you leave out your door. Get your children to do it too. Make it into a game. Before you leave out your house, say that. All of you. Just say it. And be doing your meditation. Stay in your meditation. Stay in your meditation. Stay in your meditations. This is the new world. There has been a major shift in the world. There has been a shift in you. You may not realize it, but there has been a shift in you. If you've been controlled by this fear stuff, then that shift is gonna present itself more in the form of fear. If you're not being programmed by all of this fear stuff, it's going to show itself more. You're going to see things in a whole completely different way. You're going to hear things. Well, this is how I am. I see and I hear things in a completely different way now. I hear clearer outside and around me. Things are so much clearer now. And it's not just because there are no cars. And I thought maybe that's what it was, but it's not. It's not just because I'm sitting in my window right now. But it's not just because there's not a lot of cars driving around. But I hear birds so much clearer now. And I have trees outside just near my window, but it's not even birds that's inside of these trees. It's like birds that's further away. I can hear kids, and kids don't live that close to me, and they're not outside. I can hear kids. There is a shift that has happened. And if you free your mind from all the fear, from all the distractions that is pulling on your energy so that the parasites can be fed, not only the parasites that's in you are being fed this energy, this negative energy, but the parasites that's behind the scenes pulling all the strings to keep you locked down in this fear. They're feeding off of this. Just like the earth fed off the positive energy, they're feeding off of your fear, your emotion of fear. So the best thing that you can do, this is what I do. I have no emotions about any of it at all. Like, I'll just use Trump as an example. I don't hate him. I don't love him either. I just know that he's there. I don't put any energy into what he is or what he isn't doing. But I have seen and heard of some things that he is doing. I don't give it my energy. I don't give it my emotions. Like, I guess like a typical person would do. Okay, so gosh. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot. I don't want to make this video so long. I think I might have to shut my phone down and clear it out again. I think I am gonna have to do that. But oh yeah, and let me just say this. So in regards to this 5G thing, okay. So there is a natural radiation, then there is the unnatural radiation. And so as we should all know, that when you start going up against what's natural, there is going to be consequences and repercussions behind it all. And if there was a plan for the children of the sun to be affected by it, don't be surprised if it actually turns out to be the parasites that's going to be much more infected by these things than the children of the sun will be. Okay, so there's a natural radiation, then there's that artificial radiation. Artificial radiation comes from all technology. So we've come up with this radiation. It's possible that the slight cold that you cannot get rid of is because of the radiation that's coming from your technology. It's possible that the headaches that you get unknowingly, where it's coming from, comes from your technology. There's a lot of places around this planet that will not allow the technology because of the radiation that it brings, and it goes up against the natural radiation of the planet and of the sun, the electromagnetic field of the planet and the radiation that comes down from the sun. So we want what comes from the sun, and when it gets too much on the planet, at least the thing that used to happen when the parasites weren't here, we would burn big bundles of sage, because the sage would help to calm down that negative energy. So it's not just for people, it's for the planet's electromagnetic field. So I burn sage. I completely burn sage throughout my home. And different things in regards to radiation, get you a good quality seaweed. Have you some seaweed soup. Look into iodine. There are a number of things that you can do in regards to this unnatural radiation that's been hitting the earth, and that is gonna come in like a 5 Kelvin for hitting the earth. So incorporate some high intensity training that will bring more air into your lungs. Drink a whole lot of water. And the thing about drinking a lot of water, I sort of did this test where I sat out some water, and every now and then I'll just have some water. I have some water sitting out, but the water kind of evaporated quicker than it usually would. And I noticed how my fingertips, I compare my fingertips to the stems of plants. And when plants are dehydrated and they're needing water, you'll see that their stems will start to shrivel. And so I started noticing that's what was going on with my fingertips, and how the water inside of the container was evaporating quicker than it was. It was just a glass that was sitting out, and it evaporated quicker than water usually would. So drink more water, put in more fluids than you usually would put in. Some things that you can do: you can take your seaweed, typically like a kombu, soak it in the water, and you'll get this mucilage, and you can drink that down. It's going to be similar to like the slime that comes off of okra. So it could be similar to that. Take a sheet, put it inside of like maybe 2 cups of water. Let it sit for about an hour or 2 inside of that. Put it inside the refrigerator or whatever. Then take the sheet of seaweed out. Then you dry out the seaweed. You might want to wipe the seaweed down because it's going to have like a lot of slime on it. Those are the sugars that come from within from within the seaweed. So get you a nice quality kombu seaweed. But this fluid, you drink this down. It may be too slimy for you to drink down. It's not for me. I like it, but it might be for you. So just add some more water to it. Put some ginger inside of it. Put a little cayenne pepper inside of it. But just drinking it alone like that in the water, this sort of resembles the seawater, natural seawater. So get you a good quality water to do this with, and you can drink this down. You can take baths in seawater. Put this over you. It has its own natural iodine, so you don't have to go and get something inside of a bottle. You drink it naturally in its holistic state like this, and you also eat the seaweed. So you don't throw the seaweed sheet away. You can let it dry out again and use it over, or you use it in some meals. I do have some recipes in regards to seaweed, and in my cookbook that's getting ready to come out, I will have even more for you guys. Hopefully I have it coming out soon. I just been getting a lot of information channeled down to me, so I've had to back up and really just take my time with the information that's for this, because it's not just a cookbook, it's actually a holistic health guide. And yeah, so that's that. But channel your energy, channel your energy in a more productive way, something in a way that's gonna be much more beneficial to you. Get with your friends, family members. You don't have to be in the same location, but do it all at the same time. Plan your time. Let everyone know what your intentions need to be, so that everyone can be on the same page at the same time, channeling the exact same type of energy, and do your meditation. Again, you can use my meditations, or you can, if you have a favorite meditation, you have to have a clear, very clear intent. You have to be able to hold that intent throughout the meditation. Hold that energy. It's not your thoughts that's going to be doing this. It's the energy. You know what the energy of love feels like? You know what it feels like? Okay. So that's an energy that you can practice on holding. Practice holding that. If you can hold that, you can hold any form of energy. You've already been holding the energy of fear. So you know what it's like to hold on to energy. And so now you need to channel that energy and focus your positive, higher vibrational energy into what's going to benefit you. And you need to pull your energy from the universe, that star Betelgeuse. See it as a bridge coming down into you. and see that energy going through you down into the earth and back up from the earth into you and back and forward. That's how it is. And see yourself being surrounded by rays of light, the lights of the rainbow. That is your auric field. That's your corona. That is your corona, your auric field. Okay, so you want to heal your auric field. And it's not just going to be through meditating, and it's not just going to be through the food that you eat. It's going to be a combination of it all. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully this is beneficial, helpful to some of you. If you have some other ideas in regards to how you are channeling your energy and things that you're doing, please put it down inside of the comments, because it could help someone else out. I don't profess to know everything, but I do know some things. Okay. But yeah, so I'm going to end this now. Peace.